mean, absolutely fantastic, Laura. It's been seamless, for want of a better word. It really has. He came into the club with a tough act to follow, because Potter did a magical job there, continued the work. He was obviously very, very complimentary, as he should have been, about Potter's team and the club and the squad that had been left to him, that he was taking over. And he very much was along the lines of, well, you know, if it ain't broke at this moment in time, don't fix it. And he just let them go on. I think his opening game, was that not a 3-3 draw up at Anfield?
Trossard hat-trick.
I think it was, which was a brilliant game as well. And you know, it's just more of the same. It's absolutely more of the same. And I keep going on about the players that they've lost, and I mention them again: Trossard, White, Basuma, you know, you mentioned Cucurella, Byrne, Mopey, all these guys. But the key to it is the recruitment has been fantastic. And it's just a brilliantly run club that are continuing to progress. And the next step for them, as I said earlier, would be European football, which doesn't come without its problems. I think with Paul, the Brighton fan, on, who was absolutely spot on, you look at some clubs who you could maybe compare Brighton to that have played European football and have struggled the following year.
Burnley.
Yeah. So it's a very, very difficult thing to do, but it is the natural next step, or indeed to win a trophy. I think it would have been their first in, 122 year history.
Wow. There is something about this Brighton side when I look at those players, though, in a direct comparison to the Burnley of, when was that, 4 years ago or something like that, 5 years ago maybe, when they managed to get European footballs, is maybe the Brighton side. I don't know why, but they almost look like perhaps they can handle it a little bit more because of the players that they get through. I almost trust that they will, if that makes sense. But do you mean that when you go into Europe, it's more about the depth that you need to kind of worry about, making sure you've got enough on the bench?
That's exactly what the point I was trying to make. You need to. I mean, they got a strong bench yesterday, but they brought in Veltman and Gilmore and Undav and
they didn't have Caicedo in the team.
Yeah, absolutely. But definitely, you'll be really tested and pushed to the limit, your squad, with European football. And it's not just the games, it's actually the travelling and all that kind of aspect of it as well, which means you need to have a bigger squad, obviously.
So at the moment they are in 6th, they're on 31 points, and Fulham are 7th on goal difference on the same number of points. It is quite tight below them as well. Brentford, they're only a point behind them as well on 30, and then there's a little bit of a gap, but they are, I mean, the difference in games, Laura,
those 3 clubs in particular,
they've been brilliant. Just quickly, those few games, so Brighton are sitting in 6th at the moment. Spurs are ahead them by like 5 points, but Brighton have played 19 games and Spurs have played 21, so it's where the league gets a little bit sort of tricky to predict. But I will ask you to predict, do you think they'll finish top 6?
I know silence isn't good in radio, but you've given me a tough one there.
It really felt like a long time.
I know, because I want to say yes. I really want to say yes.
Who do you think will? Because it doesn't sound like you think Brighton.
No, but I don't know why not. Because I think looking at it, I actually think Brighton have probably got a slightly better chance than the other 2 teams who I've mentioned are doing really well, and that's Fulham and Brentford. I'd probably have Brighton down as my favourites to reach top 6 before those other 2. But dear me, it's tough, isn't it?
It is tough.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.